Welcome back to Off the Desk. Terry Gee is visiting us here today from the Barlow Planetarium. She is the manager there. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
The lunar eclipse is coming up this week. When is it happening exactly, and when is the best time to view it?
So it's going to be Thursday night, so the 27th, and it ends in the early morning on the 28th. The start, like the very start of it, will be around like 8:20, and the maximum eclipse, because it's not going to be total, it's going to be about 96% at its maximum, which is nearly all, so it's pretty good. But it will reach its max at about 11:10, 11:12 p.m., and it will remain at that maximum for, I think, about a little over an hour, and then it will start to reduce again from the max to partial to basically nothing by about 2 a.m.
Okay, so we have the best times. What exactly happens during a lunar eclipse?
So a lunar eclipse occurs when the moon passes behind the Earth, and the light from the sun is blocked. But unlike with a solar eclipse, the Earth has an atmosphere. And so the light from the sun passes through that atmosphere and it scatters. So the part that's blue is scattered away from the moon. The part that's red is scattered towards the moon. And so what happens during a lunar eclipse is that we get this little red glow on the moon. And so the moon seems to turn red during the maximum time. Now, in this case, where it isn't going to be total, we'll still get a little bit of normal moonlight across the top of it. And I've actually not seen one like this before, so I'm not sure how red the moon is going to look at that point. What I've read is that it will still have that coppery red color on the rest of it, but it probably will be slightly affected by the fact that it's not completely in the Earth's shadow. And actually, I should say the inner shadow. So there are actually two shadows that are cast by the Earth onto the moon. One is called the penumbra and one is called the umbra. The penumbra is on the outer part and the moon passes into that first. You really won't notice that one. The moon will seem slightly dimmer when it gets into the penumbra. When it gets into the umbra is when it starts getting darker and darker and darker. And then once it passes fully into the umbra, that's when it turns that red color.
And they're calling this the blood moon?
It's common to call a lunar eclipse a blood moon simply because of the red color it gets. I don't know all of the moon names, so I'm not sure that this one is particularly, like the full moon in August is the blood moon all the time. I think it really is mostly just referring to the lunar eclipse and the appearance of the moon at the lunar eclipse.
Okay, got it. No special glasses will be needed to view this, right? There's a difference between viewing a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse.
Right. So a solar eclipse happens, of course, when the moon is passing in front of the sun. And the sun gives off so much light that it's not ever safe to look at the sun unless it's fully eclipsed. Did you get a chance to see the total solar eclipse in 2024?
I did. And I, of course, had the special glasses.
Yes. So if you took off those glasses and looked at the sun, which you shouldn't do,
Right.
but if you did, you would not be able to tell that the sun was being eclipsed by the moon until it's fully eclipsed, because it gives off so much light that even a tiny strip of it basically washes out the entire moon. And so it's never safe to look at the sun during an eclipse unless it's total, at least with your, unprotected eyes. With the moon, we look at the moon all the time. And because the moon actually only reflects, I believe it's about 5% of the light of the sun that hits it. So it's much less intense. So it's always safe to look at the moon, and you're not going to need anything in particular to look at it or to go anywhere in particular to look at it. If you can see the moon, you'll see the eclipse, which is another thing that's very different from a solar eclipse, where you have to, if you want to see the total or the maximum, you have to be in a certain spot.
Do you recommend though, are there other locations perhaps that might be a little bit better to see it, maybe out in the country?
Yeah, so it's always better to look out in the country if you can get there because you'll see the difference in the brightness of the sky much more dramatically if you're out in the country and that's basically the moon is your only light. You'll watch it get darker and darker and darker as the moon is passing behind the earth. And so it's always better to go out into the country if you can.
Get rid of that light pollution
Yep.
from the city.
Yep.
Uh,
But if you can't, you can still see it just fine from the city. That's one of the nice things about a lunar eclipse.
so we talk about the fact you don't need glasses, but for optimal viewing, would you recommend using binoculars or a telescope?
No, actually.
Okay.
If you have binoculars or a telescope, yeah, you'll see it up close eclipsed. That's really all it is. And so with a lunar eclipse, in my opinion, I mean, maybe some people will disagree with me. In my opinion, it's actually best to just look at the moon. I don't think you need to look at it through binoculars or a telescope or anything like that. Just go out and look and enjoy. That's my opinion.
Okay. Well, that's why you're here. You're the expert. Do you have any other tips for viewing, or do you think we covered them pretty much?
It. I haven't looked at the weather forecast
Mhm.
for Thursday.
Right.
Obviously, if it's cloudy, it's going to be you can't see it. But if it's patchy clouds, I would say give it a chance. It's really worth going out and seeing if you can find it because if it's patchy clouds, because it's the moon and not like a very dim star or something like that, you might still get a glimpse of it just even in passing because the eclipse does last so long.
Coming up, part two of our conversation, Terry explains how past civilizations have interpreted and celebrated lunar eclipses, and it is interesting. Stay with us. Before the break, we heard tips for optimal viewing of this week's lunar eclipse. Now, Terry talks about the historical and cultural significance of lunar eclipses and shares some other interesting facts.
Eclipses in general, solar and lunar, kind of come in pairs. So I don't know if you noticed 2 weeks ago, there was a total solar eclipse. We got 1.8% of it here, which I put on some eclipse glasses and went out and looked, and I could actually see the tiny little nibble out of the sun.
Okay.
But usually you will have solar and lunar eclipses come in pairs.
Interesting.
And so if there is a total solar eclipse, you're going to see a total lunar eclipse, usually 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after. And that's because of why we get eclipses in the first place. So because an eclipse is, of course, something passing in front of something else. So if you're doing a solar eclipse, the moon is passing in between the earth and the sun. If it's a lunar eclipse, the earth is passing in between the moon and the sun. And you would think if you thought that's all it took, there should be one every month.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not because the moon's orbit around the earth is tilted slightly. I think it's about 5 degrees off of being in the plane with the earth. And so that means when it comes around either side, it's not always lined up perfectly with the earth and the sun. So if it's lined up perfectly on one side, it's probably going to be lined up perfectly on the other side. And that's why you usually get them in pairs. But where the moon is, if the moon's up, you see it. With the sun, of course, you have to be in a very particular spot because the moon is so much smaller than the sun. So the shadow it's casting is going to be teeny tiny. It's like if you take your thumb and stick it in front of your eye, really close to your eye, yeah, you're going to see, I can eclipse your face. But someone sitting right next to me is not going to see your face eclipsed by my thumb. It's that kind of difference, whereas the earth is bigger than the moon, and so it can completely cover up the moon. And so when we're looking at these eclipses happening, they can happen up to 7 times in a year. Not usually that many, but you can have up to 7 eclipses of some kind, but they're not always going to be total. So you can have only partial eclipses, or you can have total eclipses, partial eclipses, annular, all of those different types that you can have. And so the next Let's see. I can't remember when the next total lunar eclipse is. The next partial solar eclipse that we'll get to see from Wisconsin is going to be in 2029.
Okay. And that's why we celebrate when these things
Yes.
happen, because
Yes.
we talk about all the little partial ones that are happening, but to have a total or near total
Yes.
is fairly rare, I guess you could
Yes.
say.
Yes.
Okay, people across the globe have celebrated these eclipses differently over the years, and interpreted them differently. Talk about the differences. I mean, because everybody's going to see this across the globe, is my understanding. So
About half of the population of the Earth will get at least some part of it.
there you go. So just talk about that, and how past civilizations have viewed lunar eclipses.
So lunar eclipses don't get as much attention as solar for obvious reasons. Solar are so much more dramatic, but generally speaking, lunar eclipses and all eclipses were seen as omens of doom, essentially. They were not seen as good things that happened because there's something interfering with the proper operation of nature. And so in some, it would be described as the moon being devoured. So I believe it's the Aztecs had this tradition that it was a jaguar that reached out and attacked, and the reason the moon turned red was because of blood coming from the attack from the jaguar. It was sometimes moons were associated with kings and royalty, and so if the moon turned red, that meant the king was going to die. In fact, there was one Mesopotamian civilization, so it's modern day Iraq. They actually would put, when they knew a lunar eclipse was coming, they would put a substitute king on the throne so that when the lunar eclipse happened, if someone was going to die, it wasn't going to be the real king. And what happened after that? The records don't say. I kind of suspect the substitute king was probably killed to make it so that that didn't happen to the real king. I don't see it. I didn't see it in the records for sure one way or the other, but the substitute king was never mentioned after the eclipse happened.
Okay. Well, there you go.
But there was also, even in like ancient Greece and into the Middle Ages, there was an awareness of what caused eclipses. They understood that the eclipse was caused by the moon passing behind the Earth. Now, did they know all of the science behind it? No, of course not. But they knew that it was actually a physical event happening, not something that was done by the gods or something done by the interference of nature. It was actually how nature operated.
Very interesting. I appreciate that. Well, as we wrap up this conversation, any last thoughts about the upcoming lunar eclipse?
I always tell people whenever I'm doing a show in the planetarium, it's worth seeing. If you're wondering if it's worth seeing, it is. Partial eclipses are worth seeing. Total eclipses are worth seeing. Obviously, the total ones are the most dramatic always. But if you haven't had the chance to see it, a lunar eclipse is so easy to observe. And this one's not even in the middle of the night. It's reaching maximum at 11 p.m. That's not too late to stay up.
That's right.
Because the last one we had, I think it reached maximum at like 3 a.m.
This is much more in our time frame.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So I always recommend people do it. It's easy to observe. You don't need anything special. You don't have to go out and buy anything. You can just step outside and look. And to me, that's the best part about astronomy, is that you get the chance to go out and look at things, and you can get started with astronomy without buying anything. You can just look, because astronomy is considered the oldest science for that reason, because the first people to look up at the sky, they were doing astronomy.
Terry, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today about this upcoming lunar eclipse. We sure appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And stay with us. There is more Off the Desk to come.